into it. Team Liquid, T-side start, 3 sets of armor. PD50's out for Stanislaw. The smoke and flashbangs are there. And we've got radars. We're good to go.
I love it. Both of you guys, the crowd and Henry G, go much higher.
There we go.
On take 2, and we'll go much faster off the start for both teams, including some face down alt middle. Shots by Guardian. Stanislaw is the one that wants to take the fight, and Guardian's easily going to pick up the kill. Fall back. No need to redress towards the stairs at Boiler. He'll allow Elige to take them, and Olaf can watch down the hallway instead. There's no need for both players to get caught in the crossfire. In the meantime, Twist and JDM will start to evaluate exactly what's going on toward Banana. Kerrigan and Nico are the 2 on the B site for FaZe, but they'll sit back passively after the first kill. They're willing to rest on their laurels. They know the USBs have the range, especially over the Glocks. Nitro, by the way, in-game leader, has elected to bring up 1 smoke. We'll see how that's implemented. Kerrigan has the same, plus a kit on the CT side.
Yeah, JDM does find the P250 that dropped. Well, some Stanislaw getting wrecked from Guardian from the bedroom position. So it's the 5-on-4. A nice, clean, early start for the FaZe clan here. And it will be Liquid heading towards apartments. I assume they smoke towards library. That'll be Nitro. And then they'll flash out of the apartments area, try and overwhelm the CTs. But they've got Rain and Olofmeister everywhere on the map. You've got big names waiting for him. Here come the flashbangs. Who's going to frag first? It will be Nitro chiming in. And now we've got a chance. The lead joins him.
Joins him. JDM finds Olaf. So give them the space, and apparently Liquid are happy to take it. They'll walk into the A site, get a plant. They went passive. It costs them the smoke down early, but it'll hold off Kerrigan and Nitro for a moment longer. Or rather, excuse me, Nico. Kerrigan without the armor. Can't take straight duels. Nico needs to be the first in. More aggressive, and with shots of accuracy, he finds Nitro. Kerrigan gets the shot of range against JDM. It's all Elige, and it's all a retake from FaZe.
Do what you will and find those opening frags. The bomb was down, but Nico's coming for you. 2 headshots from him, the silenced USB. There's too much to handle, and it was looking very good for Liquid after losing the first frag as well. The standard smoke towards library, flashing out of the apartments. It seemed everything was going so nicely for them, but what can you do against this monster of Counter-Strike? Nico coming in, hitting absolutely everything. Down they go, and Team Liquid with the bomb down will have to take a Nico here. They've got 2 HE grenades. That does suggest they're going to be rushing towards Banana, trying to push the CTs back. And maybe trying to rush Banana, but boys, you left the bomb and spawn. Someone's got to go back and get that. Twist realizes, and back he goes. There it is. Never leave home without it.
Never. I check every day to make sure I have mine. Keep in mind as well that JDM was exceptional on this map yesterday. So was Twist. Elige's just been consistent throughout. We've talked about it. The cores are firing for Liquid. That has to be the same again today. Winning the first round T side means no utility to start them off. They'll sit back. Bomb plant did come in, so despite that, they go for a few pistols, but no armor. So a fast early buy still in the cards for Liquid.
Objective here for Liquid. Just hope the CT makes a mistake. Capitalize on him. If someone overextends, tries to find frags, take them down, try and plant the bomb. You can see FaZe clan preparing for the AKs in the next round. They've got 4 rifles. This is Counter-Strike I love to see. No SMG nonsense here. Get the rifles up. You know the AK is coming out next round. Keep a clean sheet this time, and then you're going to have the firepower and the utility to work with next.
Here we got caught out, did Guardian. He had the smoke in hand, but still 2 kills and composure held. He can't quite refrag against Elige, who got the kill and faded off, but he's only got 22 HP, and it would take pretty much a miracle to run around the corner and catch Rain off, who spots his shoulder instead. Twist the last alive. And I don't think there'll be a twist in the round because he will go down. Olaf to get him. But now we get the AKs brought up early.
4 rifles over FaZe. Obviously, they dropped the UMP. Recover Guardian's FAMAS, and I'll give that back to him. M4's coming out, so FaZe clan more than ready to challenge these AK-47s, and now Liquid know that as well. Usually, on these sort of gun rounds as well, you like to stay at the 5-man unit and try and bully the SMGs, but Liquid can't really do that right now. They know it's a rifle-centric purchase. They've got 4 smokes to work with, actually 3, I beg your pardon. A couple of flashbangs and Elige with the Molotov, which he's expended already. That goes towards the bedroom. No aggressive play from the CTs just yet. They're treating this like a traditional gun round. Don't want to try and find that first pick. And it will be Nico and Kerrigan actually pushing out towards the top of it. They've dropped the smoke and maybe flirting the idea of spraying down towards T-step just like that. I think they have got a dink in as well. That's Nitro at T-step, Matt, who just got dinked through the smoke. So that's always a really horrible way to kick off the round. Very unlucky.
Especially if he wants to enter, as Thorm is talking about. I always thought he was best in the entry role as well, but now in-game leading, he's gone back to it. It's going to be a problem. It can be sacrificial for trades if they can get that far, if they can get the map control to try and be quick toward a site. The problem is that Nico is going to hold off Banana. They won't have that free access. As a result of him being so far forward, they'll rotate Kerrigan to watch Arch. They can stack the A site with Rain underneath the quad and Olaf and Guardian both in the site to watch both Rain's position by trading and the apartment.
Oh, he's doing so much damage. Oh, it's so frustrating for the Liquid boys. All four of them grouped up down there. He's taking Twist down to 3, Nitro 14. He probably doesn't even realize.
Doesn't need to. Backs off, knows that they're pushing toward the site. That'll bring Kerrigan in, even if he sprays through smoke and catches stray bullets. There's 3 targets that will quickly go down. A stand backs to allow them in. Low HP in the first 2, Twist and Nitro. They need to trade off of them. If they're going to be sacrificial, they have to get kills in their favor. They can't. Kerrigan, he gets stand down immediately after. And it's just JDM and Elige who will be desperate to get a bomb plant. They should do at least that. Good position from Elige. Oh! Better shot from Olaf.
Good night, Elige. It's going to be 3 versus 1, 4 versus 1. As he tries to desperately hold off the AK-47, he gets one, but that's all he'll get. FaZe looking sharp in the opening gun round there. And it was a very impressive way to kick things off with FaZe. Nico actually going towards the barrel position, spraying a ton of bullets towards T-Step, dinking up 2 players before seeing anyone. Frustrating, and Liquid did fully commit. Nico takes down 2. They got decent trades, essentially, but Kerrigan getting the 3rd. Just biding his time, and that shot from Olafmeister towards the first Orange's position was very impressive indeed. 3-0 for AK-47. He's getting in the zone, and he is one player you don't want to allow him to get his confidence up, because he'll have to be an absolute nightmare going forward.
Rain, good find, catches JDM jumping through. Pistols won't amount to much. Bomb goes down inside of the smoke as well toward the mid wall, which now has Guardian, Kerrigan, Olaf.
Decent trades, essentially, but Kerrigan getting the 3rd. Just biding his time, and that shot from Olafmeister towards the first Orange to go toe-to-toe with Guardian. Not an easy prospect, but smoked off for now. He goes back towards middle, hoping the Guardian gives them something to work with here. CT smoke deployed. They can boost above that if they want to. So the team's going to be going for something quite quick here. Guardian realizes, has to fall back. Nice shot from Elige. Tries to capitalize on the smoked out, but now it's Guardian to find Stan.
Decent shot from the op. Rain inside of the smoke. Nitro had no idea. Thought because the quad was clear, it was inviting. There'll be no party that he'll be a part of as Rain takes him down. Bomb dropped again toward the half wall with Guardian and Rain watching it. And Kerrigan is sneaking up in the apartments behind them. They go up the stairs. Kerrigan, he greets them and gets them both. JDM goes down. A perfect flank. Elige left alone inside of the pit. He'll fight valiantly. Gets one further against Rain. He's still unsure as to exactly where they've all gone because they're babysitting the bomb, and with Kerrigan still inside of the hallways, it doesn't give him many options to work with.
Kerrigan making them look a little bit foolish there with that flank. That's beautiful stuff from him. It's going to be Elige after finding the only 2 frags this round, up into 3 versus 1. 50 HP, bomb down, but if ever there was a player to deliver in this sort of situation, he'd be the one I'd choose on the Team Liquid side. Coming from the arch now, hoping to find the first kill. Surely FaZe don't give him anything to work with here. He can see the bomb, but so many crossfires have been established now.
Not able to find the first kill. Bought himself as much space as he could by going around toward Arch. It was the only option he had. But it is 5 straight rounds for FaZe. And even with the bonus, no plants. Liquid.
They're not finding the kills required. Bomb plant, very good. That is going to be the maximum loss bonus, and the bomb going down. Really healthy buy here. They get the AKs out, the AWPs, all the utility to work with, but that hasn't been the problem really. It's been getting eviscerated by the FaZe clan and their brutal aim every single time. One individual having an absolute blinder of a round, and they can't hold on. They get good opening picks. We saw in the first gun round. Elige completely took down Olafmeister. They get towards the ace site and then just taken down by the crossfires. Nothing they could do about that. 6-0, and we'll take a pause. I did say in the pre-game map, Zeus has to be influential here. He has to hold this team together, give them ideas, what's going on, spot the flaws, and we'll see what he can do here. He's got to have about 30 seconds or so just to give his input and work out what the problems are. We haven't seen much fast-paced gameplay. And Matt, what have I spotted here? We have got a double AWP setup on the T side of Inferno. We normally discuss that the AWP on T-side Inferno is a cruel mistress at the best of times. Like getting opening picks at the start, if you're denied that, mid-round impact is very difficult. Nitro, who I'm really not that kind of excited about as a secondary AWPer, he's bringing it out as well. What's the play here?
Commit to banana and put the second one to watch mid, or get the second one.
Why is he just stabbed his own teammate? No, not JDM.
Worse.
Not the right clip backstab.
Oh no. Stanislaw, I think, was the one who did it. I'm not 100% sure. Nitro was ahead of him. It had to have been
Stanislaw. Can we get the replay and find out what happened?
It had to have been Stanislaw who accidentally just knifes JDM. So he's on double up setup. He goes down to 39.
He's on 0-6 and he's backstabbing his teammates as well. We won't call him out just yet until we
double
know.
Agent.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Let's get a replay and find out, please, production, and work out what happened there.
Kerrigan's pushed all the way down banana already. They smoke off a double up setup, which is now locked out. Guardian's gone aggressive. If they have rifles, they could actually fight this aggression, but FaZe goes forward, doesn't get much, realizes they must be inside of the apartments. Kerrigan and Nico will go for a wall boost instead on banana. And Stan and JDM are all the way back down because of a single deep smoke that cut off the stairs rather than banana itself, all the way back down towards T-spawn. So now utility used just to get default map control back.
This is not looking good for Liquid. I still bemused by this setup. They've got the double AWP set on the T side. How are you breaking through to a bomb site? How are you going to have your best players actually setting themselves up? But Nitro, he's believing in it. All of them heading towards Banana now with that double AWP setup. Twist towards the apartments. And Nitro, let's see what you got through the wall. And it was Stanislaw that did indeed stab JDM. That's confirmed. The assist comes in, and that's actually, it would have been a headshot. It would have killed him regardless, I think. But still, it does wreck your confidence at the start, right? You think, well, I can't be as aggressive anymore. One nade will kill me. Well, so this is confirmed.
And more so when you're down 0-6, you're right, one nade has to play a little bit differently, but it's just the frustration of already struggling to get into the game and then something silly and avoidable. Nico inside of the site finds two before Stan does respond, his first kill in the game, and he'll start to clear the site out as well, but has to be a little bit better at holding off for his teammates. He's going to go for the desperate bomb plant in a 1 versus 4 and denied in the last split second by Kerrigan.
This isn't looking good. I'm not feeling this at all from Liquid right now. They seem out of their depth. They seem wrecked.
Here it is, right? Oh,
why is he doing? Why are you right-clicking a knife and spawn?
That's just, yeah.
What a disaster. Well, still, like I said, he gets hard shot at the same time. Wouldn't have made a difference. Lovely shot by Guardian, but it does just completely annoy you at the very start of the round. Still, maximum loss bonus. They will be forcing into this. It's not looking good here, Matt. 3 AKs, a UMP, and a CZ. And Rain's got the audacity just to push down middle as well with Guardian, spamming some shots towards T-steps. And the play comes through. Looks a little bit faster this time, straight towards the boiler room. Here's a leash. JDM and Stan hold towards second middle. There we go, a leash for that CZ. Looking for the double frac here, but Wolfmeister does take him down.
What's off at the doorway? I meant that they couldn't go for the immediate trade back. Twitch tries to run out, but it runs into Rain. And Rain doesn't care about flames. He'll extinguish them with his AK, takes down Stanislaw as well. It's on to Nitro and JDM, who at least have AK-47s to work with. They have to slow the pace considerably. I've lost track of, after Elige getting a good shot, the ability to trade right away. Leaves quad occupied. They'll rotate Rain out, bring Olaf in for obvious HP reasons. Smoke to dissolve. Good find from JDM, but better find. Kerrigan trades off of it. Just as they had an opening, it all gets swept away by FaZe, who go 8-0, and you're right, this is not looking convincing. The bomb plants are even misleading, because in most cases, round 3 and round, if I do the math, 6, I think it was, they're both desperate plants. They're trying to get them down just to get money. It's not like they're doing it early enough to even give a post-plant situation any credit.
There hasn't really been a round where you thought, okay, this is a real chance to look, I guess, apart from the pistol. That's when they had the man advantage up against Nico and Kerrigan, 3-on-2, but they got completely blown out of the water, and they haven't recovered since. It's round number 9, forced by once again. I guess a partial buy, but it's going to be a rush B through the smoke. Lambs to the slaughter, and Kerrigan and Nico just make mincemeat of them. 9-0, Liquid have not arrived in this grand final whatsoever. Desperate times. We won't take another pause just yet. They have got a buy available here. The AWP comes out. No double AWPs in the T-side anymore, please. Let's leave that idea at the door. I'm not sure where they're going with that one. Maybe it's a miscommunication, but that's just not a thing. Round number 10. 4 AK-47s, JDM on the AWP once more. And we've got aggressive play from Rain, mixing things up. He goes straight towards second middle as well. JDM has spotted him. Low HP for Nico, surely around him. And Nico takes down the first. JDM fighting back, but it's not enough. Olofmeister and Nico going to town. And it's once again a huge advantage for FaZe.
Your AWP pushes the smoke and gets a kill. He's just sitting in the open. With an AWP, he has to recock to get him another shot off, and no one pushes through for the trade. He completely is on his own. Liquid's well out of sync.
Yeah, this is just that was, to be fair, when I'm FaZe, that's the perfect time to throw things in. Just so you can feel they're floundering. They're trying to adjust to what you're doing. You haven't even thrown aggression in yet. Get down there, make them even more frustrated than they currently are. And you can see the cracks almost certainly starting to form now. 4-on-2, flash out, boys. Hope for the best.
It'll catch Olaf. It won't catch Nico. It actually does. I'm surprised. So Nico couldn't peek on it. That let Twist get in. Unfortunately, he couldn't get a kill when he did so. And he gets found out by Kerrigan. It did blind both players, in fairness, but still, it was a desperate play at that point in time to go through a smoke. Finally, we get a pause called out from Liquid. 10-0, map 1. A map which Liquid has relied on in this tournament is looking rather grim.
Through the smoke. That's not bad at all from Nico. 2 of them, in fact, why not? Just 2 kills with the smoke, not a problem. And yeah, this is looking pretty horrible. Still not done though, Matt. For anyone at home who doesn't want to watch a ton of Counter-Strike, this game is not over. It's still 5 rounds to go. You get 3 or 4 on the board, which is still totally possible. It's still a game, so we won't get carried away just yet. Maximum loss bonus, no bomb going down in 4 rounds though. Can't really buy into this round. It has to be pistols again. CZs, smokes, and the executions have been okay. They have been getting out the apartments and getting bombs down. Just nothing to really excite me just yet to prove they can actually frag with FaZe Clan right now. I'm going to look at the frag charts, Matt. Get ready for this. Stanislaw, 1-10. Twist, 1-10. Nitro, 1-10. I guess that kind of paints a picture when your star players like that just are not fragging whatsoever. They've done nothing. So let's see what round number 11 brings, if it yields any fruits for Team Liquid.
Guardian, all the confidence in the world. He won't go aggressive, but goes to the angle that certainly didn't have the timing for and still holds it with an AWP. He'll continue to be aggressive toward Boiler, and rightfully so. Liquid has put pressure on that part of the map, more so than Banana, because they've been struggling to get control of Banana. Maybe Zeus is deathly scared of it.
We'll see.
They go out. The apartments flashes, timed correctly this time, but it's pistols, and Rain goes down early. That's a favor for Elige, but they're still in position with Olaf in the site. He found Nitro. Guardians rotated back with the op. Stan getting Olaf though, and Guardian tagged to 4 opens up a chance for a plant. The problem is that the bomb's down behind the cart. Neither of them have it. They'd have to go back for it. And Guardian's quickly going to realize that, right? Well, maybe not. Smoke's going to beat him to it.
Oh, he's brave though, isn't he? Oh, I thought he was going to push that smoke with 4 HP. I don't think that was required, but a bomb will be planted. They do have a chance of this one. They've recovered rifles, low HP Guardian. It's going to take a lot with no utility as well. We've got Stan and Twist trying to prove themselves there. Surely that's a free frag. Guardian, bit of a misplay, I'm sure. Yeah. But we'll see whether they can recover this now.
No kill for Guardian as a result of it. Twist now left 1 versus 2. Fires for the long one. Knew Kerrigan was approaching but couldn't react fast enough. 15-0 for Kerrigan, who is going to make it 11-0 for FaZe by getting the defuse.
11-0. One of the first 1v1s I can actually recall so far in this first map. Oh my god, map. 15-0 for Kerrigan. He's not died yet. What?
It's not bad.
He's got God mode. 12 rounds in, you haven't died. Oh dear, oh dear.
It's, yeah, not at all the start we expected from Liquid. And again, they started CT side in both affairs that they won this map. Their T side left it close in both cases.
Oh dear, well, they do get a full buy here once again. Rain aggressive towards the apartments this time. Bomb down at T steps, and Stanislaw and Nitro trying to ascertain some basic map control towards Banana. Elige and Twist doing the same thing towards apartments. But I like this little crossfire we've got from Olaf Meister and Rain. It's looking pretty disgusting, and oh my god, it is! Both headshots come through. The tag team duo prevails, and they'll fall back as well with a 5-on-3 obtained.
Stan with flames at the feet, falls back. Nothing more further they can do at every possible approach. They're either shut down by bullets, utility, or just simply, I mean, I don't know if you can call it bad luck at this point. Nico takes out Stan. Kerrigan, bounce flash up. Orange is 1. Pops out.
He's not going to die, is he? Oh, no.
It's over. I'm sorry. I wanted the perfect game. He will not get it. However, Guardian does close out the round. They may still get it as a team as we sit at 12-0.
That's the one thing Kerrigan's going to be disappointed about this game so far, that he did eventually die. That's this kind of sets the tone. Lovely crossfire, as I pointed out. That was going to always work out for them. Liquid just didn't see that coming. I liked that a lot. And it will be 12-0, I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen. Another full buy available with the loss bonus. Orb comes out, no head armor for JDM, 4 AKs around him. They pretty much have to buy the rest of these rounds. They can't lose 12-3 at this point, or 13-2. They have to make sure they pick up these last 3, and I don't think that's going to happen. This could be the 15-0. Still, Nitro 1 for 12. Twist 2 for 12. Stanislaw stepping up a little bit, 3 kills in total. Some Decent damage inflicted through the smoke there by Stan. Takes Nico down to 48, but he needs to start finding some frags here to really convince me this round's going to be theirs.
Olaf checks toward the hallway, and there's no one at the other end of it that he'll get information from, but they'll sit back toward Boiler instead. Kerrigan smokes off auto sniper, why not?
Okay.
Just go all out. I think in the world of gamers, which Chad refers to as the WOG, he calls it the DAC.
I like that. It does work.
The Secret Society.
Round number 13. Nothing really picked up by Liquid in terms of the round so far. They are getting towards Banana. Some basic control picked up here. But Matt, they've got one smoke, no flashbangs. How do you get to a bomb site here with nothing? One smoke for CT spawn, and Rain's boosted up as well. Oh, I'm fearing the worst of them. How do you even flash him? You've got nothing. Here we go. Deep breath. Don't even check the boost apparently, but there it is. Nitro gets his first, and it will be Nico to find him at the same time. The DAC doesn't work out. JDM finds the third frag.
Kerrigan dies in the last rounds. So too to see in this. Oh, the auto sniper that gives the Liquid their best chance, except that Nico's still in the back of the site. And he's got accuracy. He's got
my God. Get off the server.
He does not even need full ammunition. Give him half. Give him 15 bullets for the AK at this point in time. I think he used about 7 to get all of those kills and cleans it up. Keeps things perfect for FaZe. 13-0.
He just deletes 3 of them. Oh, that's so good. There's nothing you can do against this. This is why he's considered the world's best player. This third kill as well. What a monster.
I'll say one of. I think Cold we've established is still considered, but Nico is damn close when he's on form, and that is impressive in the third as well against Elige.
Good Lord. Just when they got an opening. At 3-on-2. Nope, Nico's there. Round number 14.
That gap. Guardian. Oh. Thinks about it. What do you do at this point if you're Liquid?
I think you just think about the next map.
Yeah. Get this one over with.
You just have to think, well, that one's over. You got pistols again, but there's a chance. Guardian gets caught out, or does he? Takes down Nitro. Flashbangs are good. Can't find the close range exchange, but Rain's there to pick up the pieces. Still, Liquid are fragging, but that might be all they do. Elige, not known to be an AWPer, got that on his back. CZ in hand as well. 3 versus 1, hoping for a mistake to be made. Gives up the fact he has the AWP. They know exactly where he is. He has got a low HP player towards a pit. That's all off my stuff.
Problem is he's split decision because he knows that Olaf's tagged, so he's trying to get the pistol toward him, which he does put a smoke out to do so, and that's exactly the play he wanted. The problem is the Kerrigan pushed the smoke knowing that he was doing it based on the information call. 14-0. And Henry, I hate to break it to you, we go to overpass next. That has been Liquid's struggle this weekend as well.
It really has, you're right. Yeah, this is a perfect map pool for FaZe Clan to open things up, and what I've seen so far, this is looking like a 3-0. Liquid just haven't shown up at all here on the T side. Inferno's been one of their better maps. That's when they've looked great, especially, I guess, on the CT side more so, but they're not going to have a chance to show us what they're made of on that side of the map. 14-0, potentially 15. They do get a full buy here to close it out. Has to be 14-1. The only way we can obviously build up some sort of storyline that a comeback could be on the cards. You hate to see this in grand finals, but 14-1, we have seen it recovered before.
Guardian still watching the same position. Kerrigan not only gets a kill on Nitro, he burns Stan alive from the grave, even though Stan got him down.
Attacks up JDM apparently as well.
JDM's got to be careful because Guardian's been spamming and watching that position. If he's going to peek it in return and Guardian still had the angle held, oh, he did tag him. He did get a shot onto him. It could have been a massive problem. I'm still down toward Banana. Elige versus Nico if he were to take it that direction and try and win over the B side on his own, but Guardian slowly panders back towards CT. Can rotate. Rain will sit back and wait toward Boiler. In fact, they're going to boost toward Quad, which makes things even more arduous on the other side because as soon as they walk through, Olaf's there to support. Good shot, JDM. Wins on Guardian. They go above smoke. Flash. Oh, the flash timing. It's almost decent because Rain, although go through the smoke, gets them and shuts it down. I was going to say, if Rain didn't get those 2 kills, Olaf lost vision. They killed Guardian. They had a chance to wrap at the arch. So 15-0. 15-0 in a grand final, best of 5. FaZe starting off on a map that Liquid has won twice this weekend.
I don't think I've ever casted a 15-0 in a grand final before. This is the first. Oh, we know the crowd what they want. Well, I would say that's very likely at this point. Liquid look dejected and uninspired right now. I can't really tell you any positive signs of life from them. No one fragging at all. I think it's Elise just been left in about 5 3 versus 1, so get 1 frag, and that's pretty much as good as it's got. 15-0 for the FaZe clan. I think if you're Liquid, just let them have it. Just take it. Get the 16-0 over with. We'll look at the next map.
This is like almost mind control because they've swayed the Liquid fans so silent. It's like the crowd is completely turned, and Stan desperate to do something behind the bags with Elise. I did cast a 16-0 final last week, but that was because one team just decided not to show up.
Well, you won't have to, by the looks of things.
Liquid maybe have shown up. I would say better late than never, but that didn't apply last week either, so.
Just to know, it would have been the first ever 16-0 in a grand final.
Well, that's been denied. Liquid get one. At least they salvage that, because that's a hard thing to live down if you are the only team to ever get swept in a full completion of a map in a grand final, especially in a grand final such as this. Nitro's even laughing it off.
I think you have to. If you don't laugh, you'll cry.
Yep.
So, you know you're not going to win this. I think you're aware of that situation, but let's get warmed up. We've casted this before when one player has been completely removed from a map, and then they start getting back into NEC and finding some form, and then they can look, okay, well, now I've got warmed up, I've shaken the nerves off. Next map, I can use this. A few rounds I've had just to try and work my way into the game.
I'm calling it, Henry. We're going to go 15-15 overtime.
It can happen. Can happen.
It'd take a miracle. Damage is done early on. Nico, Rain, and Olaf tags. Stan, good peek, takes out Nitro. I almost want to call him Nico Nitro. Time to stare at the first and last letter and go with it. But it's Nico instead that goes down. Twist holds off on pit bomb, drop on the balcony. Twist goes out first, third Guardian falls. And Liquid. Oh, okay. I was going to say take the round quite convincingly, but then Olaf showed up and decided otherwise. He's still well removed from the bomb, to be fair, in a 1 versus 3.
Just to note, we didn't force buy fully into this round. FaZe Clan, they did keep about $1,000 per player, so they're still looking at the bigger picture. They don't want to give everything away. They want to make sure they close this out as early as possible. Olaf might see if he can find a kill with his MP9. Obviously, that's another $600 in the bag on top of the 2 kills he's already got. Problem is 21 HP, very unlikely he does much more with this. 20 seconds, just wants to die at this point, as funny as that sounds. If he survives after the round timer expires, he gets nothing. So in he goes. Swiss takes him down, 15-2 comes through, and they're still smiling. They're doing the fist bump still, Matt, so jovial at least, and already accepted their fate. But at least made it less embarrassing.
Oh, that second shot, just, it's a piece of art.
Full eco, yeah. Nothing really to write your home about. Maybe just a rush banana.
If you could pick between Olaf and Guardian, the 2 players that have joined FaZe, if you could only have one of them return to their peak form and the other stay kind of where they have been, who would you rather?
I don't think anyone's...
Hang on, because it's interesting. There's a trade back. I will get to it. I thought it was going to be a straightforward round, but apparently FaZe have a little bit of ground to work with, so Twist has pressure. Needs to get both.
Oh, the bomb's down.
That's a bit of an issue. They'll rotate over. They still have the man advantage. I take that back, actually. What am I saying? They've lost the second man toward B, so this is actually very promising. As Nico does fall to Nitro eventually. Olaf on low HP, but he's going to flank. No armor. Kits for both. If he wins this, yes. Okay, not only did they lose the entire game, but it's a way to do it. Nitro's gambling with it! That is a gamble when he's on low HP, but Liquid survives.
It was good you stopped me there, Matt. That definitely got very exciting indeed. Olaf Meister with a chance to close it out on a full eco. That would have been bizarre. But not meant to be. He definitely damages the economy of Team Liquid.
So same question now that we've got a second to talk about.
I think there's been tons of riflers that have taken the mantle recently of like potentially the world's best mechanical. I don't think there's been many AWPers that have ever been on Guardian's level at his very best. So I definitely want Guardian at his peak form if I had to choose between the 2.
Well, there you go. Because I miss the glory days of Olaf's freedom, but it's Liquid that's fighting for theirs. on North American soil as Twist gets another kill, but Kerrigan's fast to get him behind JDM, who opened off the kills. Still, Liquid have a chance with a man advantage. They've got to be careful of the smoke that's down, and Kerrigan continues on in good form. When he's rolling as well, that's very scary because now they've got the bomb back, and Elige won't quite catch them getting to the bomb site, but he may put himself in a good position to play off of Nitro. The old duo, the old guard, to try and shut down FaZe. Guardian as well with the WP.
See ya.
Dinked up, but finds Nitro waiting at Moto, and Elige, his position's going to be found out because the timing is such that Kerrigan should immediately stare from Graveyard in the corner toward exactly where he's coming from, all to play for. Guardian not spotting the right way. Elige not either, as he thought it came from Pit, but if he wins this duel, chance to find it, not quite. 16-3 in the end. A little bit of hype, at least for Liquid in the end, to salvage some pride, but overall, that was a complete stomp from FaZe.
Absolutely, not really much you can say about that one. A 15-0, it could have been the first ever 16-0 we've had in a grand final in CSGO. Luckily, Liquid avoid that fate, but it's fine, it's a best of 5. This is what they're for. You can make fumbles and still have time to recover, so it's not at the end of the world, but I have not been impressed by Liquid whatsoever. No one showed up. We didn't see that tactical prowess. It looks like FaZe are going to bulldoze them as we move on to Overpass as well. But Matthew, I think Liquid need a break. We should probably take 1-2 and work out what round number 2 is going to bring for us.
Start for free today at GoDaddy.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Intel.
It's also brought to you by Juggernauts, called FaZe in this respect. The first game is done and dusted. 16-3, the second time they've recorded that so far in the tournament, and just 21 rounds against in the entire tournament. This is starting to get ridiculous now.
This is the way you should do a poll, right? You don't go out partying the night before. You just finish the grand final really quick so you can go out partying earlier.
That's genius. You've changed the whole meta.
He actually has broken the entire... The whole system is now broken.
Yeah, no, but seriously, no more jokes.
Real
no more messing around. That's my one joke done.
I mean, that game was a bit of a joke, wasn't it?
But that's a Counter-Strike purist dream, the way that they play that CT side defense. The fact that I thought they were going to come out swinging, just be super aggressive, just be pushing every time, disrespecting, and then that would have allowed Liquid to get into the game. There was the aggression from Guardian on pistol round, but that's what you expect. You want to see if they're setting up in alt mid. But from there, it was just transitional defense. You know, they were doing really good dynamic plays. It was super diverse. The way they were moving around the map, they didn't give up banana control for free. It was fantastic, and everybody was fragging. That's the main point. It wasn't one guy just carrying them through. Everybody just doing their job. Carrigan getting, 15 frags before he even died.
Yep.
It's pretty lovely. Like to see that. So no one could stop them.
No, I mean, that has to be the question heading into game 2. We'll just wrap up on the first one before, because you also have to just sit there and marvel sometimes at the fact that this is working, so because it is beautiful to watch.
I mean, that's exactly what a fan would think if you put a bunch of star players in a game and you told each of them, like, players, if you're not like the main star of the team, you can do whatever you want. That's what they do. They just make plays themselves, and it was working. I have to say, from Liquid's side of things, though, Liquid did not look like the team we've seen the rest of the tournament. Nope. Like, there are times they didn't give themselves a chance. Like, they would do all their smokes, as usual, because they love that A hit where you come up the middle. And when they would do that, first of all, they would just sit behind the smokes for a long time. And as a result, the amount of free kills FaZe got by with just spamming a gun into the smoke and moving back, where you have no damage, no one's shooting you back, you're not going to die. And a good team there will push through the smoke and kill you when you're rushing back. Never did that ever. Let them just get free kills. And then what was bizarre was the only rounds where Liquid got aggressive was when they had the CZs, because you have to with that weapon. But what's annoying is when they would do that, they would get initially aggressive and then they'd stop. Like they tried to do a smoke bust out of the apps. First guy gets out, they'd even gotten a kill. The other guys stay there. They wait, they let the rotation happen. And all that FaZe did is play reactively, but the reaction was perfect every time.
Yeah, and you have to note just some quick stats. On that CT side, FaZe had 12 opening kills, right? Which is not hard to believe.
Yep.
But there was only 3 from Liquid. But to build on Duncan's point, 2 of those entries that they got were on pistol rounds where they had CZs and Tech 9s, which means that they weren't having any penetration on their gun rounds. There was only one round where Leech got 1 entry with an AK, and then they just got completely shut down. So that means they weren't having any stead in the game. And something that...
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I was just going to say, something that's really interesting is versus SK, they could execute on B without taking any damage and having all their utility in hand, because Phelps and Fur played in the bomb site uncharacteristically. Here they couldn't do it. You got Guardian, you got Nico, you got Carrigan, everybody being aggressive, everyone doing a lot of damage on that side of the map, and they could never take that for free, which was something, not a crutch, but in a game that you win in overtime on Inferno versus SK, that definitely is a huge strength, or at least a huge allowance for a team to let you do that, and FaZe didn't.
And 2 little points I want to make on the Liquid side that seem very uncharacteristic. First of all, you're in a grand final. When you're looking for signs of nerves, I'd have, when your AWPer finally gets an AWP, knifing him coming out of the spawn beam, you've got to be pretty high up there, right? I mean, why are you even pressing the mouse buttons at that point in time?
It's crazy.
Then you've got to add in the in-game leader, Nitro, who's doing such a great job. His best points in the tournament have been where he's been entering with a rifle. Like halfway into the game, he buys an AWP as well on the T side. So that seemed like frustration to me right there. That seemed like nothing's working. Let's do something that we don't even do normally. And obviously that didn't work either. And the problem with this one is, first of all, you've got to credit FaZe. 100% flawless play. Fantastic for them. Obviously, the dream start. But Liquid, I can understand some of the rounds they died because it was just amazing play from like Rain. If someone's shooting your head off them instantly, yeah, fair. Yep. But there's the rounds where they would get the opening, where they would get a chance. They then played very hesitantly.
Yeah, I mean, that has to be the worry going into the second map. Also, it's overpass next, which is kind of scary for them, considering the way that FaZe have been playing.
I would normally go in saying like they get the CT side, right, so they can be in control, but we saw them on the CT side yesterday versus SK. They tried their aggressive stuff towards playground. They tried moving things around to just, have a different look every round, but SK just destroyed them.
Yeah.
So I don't know where the strengths are in this one for them. It's just not a great place to be, and we saw a really good-looking FaZe against Cloud9 on this map. So what do you say?
Yeah, I mean, Zeus has a big job in the break. What is he going to say?
Well, what they were working on, I don't know if you noticed it, they all have different handshakes. thought that was really interesting.
They might need that at the end of this next.
Look, if
I guess FaZe can't stop you doing a handshake,
yeah,
so you get that
get away
one
with
off.
it. Get away with it.
Not bad.
I thought that they were going to join the 16-0 club with me, and then I'd be the most fitting analyst to have to analyze the 16-0.
Thing is, though, when you saw, like, one thing Team Liquid did correctly is they didn't do the classic move that a lot of top teams do, which is you're getting wrecked. And because you're getting wrecked, you're only thinking about, what are we going to do next round? You never take your timeouts.
Yeah.
They took their timeouts.
Yep.
They obviously clearly discussed it. Zeus was saying stuff. But that's one of the reasons why I do think as esports gets bigger, coaching will become one of those jobs where one day coach will be like one of the highest paid positions, like it is in sports. Because it's not just about the tactics. Part of it's like, what do you do psychologically? Like, what little tweak do I make here where this guy right now can't get his game going, he's nervous, but maybe if I shift him back, he goes in second or something, opens him up a little bit, because the guy who was missing the most there, Stanislaw played badly in games they won. Elige got he actually got like double-digit kills in a game they got rocked in. He was doing fine. JDM, listen, he only got like 3 AWPs because of the economy. I don't blame him so much. Nitro is the in-game leader. The man who was missing, it was Twist. It's the 17-year-old guy who at the moment was headed to be the MVP of this tournament. He'd played that many maps. He'd played fantastically. He didn't get going at all on that map. Obviously, we hope on this map he can at least get rolling, because it's not about, for me, whether or not FaZe wins this one. I had FaZe winning this one anyway. It's more about how Team Liquid plays in it. If you can use it to work yourself into the game, then you can get a Mirage and play a real game.
Yeah.
That's got to be the mentality for Team Liquid here. Don't think we have to win this map to get back in the series. That's not looking realistic right now.
Because the series is so deep, you can actually kind of just look away from this map, right? When you lose in that fashion, it's actually much better for you than if you lose like in a 16-14 heartbreak, right? And you've messed up a clutch, or you can really pinpoint all your mistakes, and then you go into the next game with them in the back of your mind. When you get shut out like this, you're going in with a fresh mindset, right? It's like, well, that game happened, you know, but let's just move on to the next map. But to be completely honest, you have to just give props to FaZe for how well they played, because you have to look at all the reads they made. I was talking about the transitions on the CT side. I think it was round 10. They just decided to start going aggressive then. That's when they did the smoke down mid, because if you look at the way that game played out, if I'm Liquid, I'm starting the game off being very passive, thinking this is FaZe, they have some superstars, they're going to be super aggressive. That didn't happen, right? So then like, okay, now we can cheat a little bit. Now we can move our defaults up a little bit quicker. We can take a little bit more map control off of them. And then from there, that's when the transition came in from FaZe. And it's like, well, hello, we're aggressive now. We catch you with your pants down. You got your nades out. You're not in position. We're flashbanged you. You're all dead, right? And when you have Rain killing people through smokes every single round, that's when it just feels hopeless, man. Like, you're just sitting there going, what do we do?
This is also the war why having this be this was the most one-sided map in the whole series for me. Like, this is the one where it's almost certain FaZe is going to win it, it feels like. So if you have the mentality, another way you can shape it if you're the Team Liquid guys, if you're Zeus, is you say, okay, this is the one where we're just going to try and get ourselves in the game. We're just going to turn everyone loose a little bit. You know, maybe our old pass isn't that great anyway. Let's not just run the defaults. Let's play aggressively. Let's get the guns into each other's hands. Let's just take aim duels, in fact. You know, you can win aim duels. You'll start to feel when you get some of these kills, you can get into the game.
They actually said that in a post-game interview about the match yesterday when they were playing against SK, was that they just were like, they knew they had to play loose. They just had to find frags and stuff. They weren't expecting a lot. So you have to do this.
At the end of the tournament, I say you are the new overlords of CS. Congratulations, you've broken the game. I don't know that that's going to continue map to map to map. I mean, you already saw when FaZe went on the T side, they could get rounds, they could do trades, they could get into bomb plant situations. I expect real Counter-Strike, at least on this map. I think FaZe will win it, but I expect a real game.
Yeah, is the problem not, though, that if you fall 2-0 down in a best of 5, you've got to win the last 3. That's